guys, welcome or welcome back to Black Smoke Chat. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you are back. I'm Lena, and oh my god, my eyes are so bright. Oh, my eyes are so bright. Oh gosh, it's so are yours. You 5D shifty, bright-eyed, having so-and-so you. Things look a little different because I have my camera set up horizontally to see if I liked it this way. I gotta, my brother does videos too, and he's told me one time, he said it's better if you do it sideways. But when I started recording these new sessions, I had it up vertical, but we'll go back this way. It's just the camera is so much wider. You see more. Look at that, remember that fat flably? I've been working on that. That's okay, I'm getting tight. Cold super new moon, whatever that cold super full moon. That's crazy. That's crazy. Tired, just sleepy. My eyes really are bright. I'm still getting all the green lights. Just my symptoms. I'm learning new stuff. I'm incorporating every day on my community service, my golden, you know how we do that, our golden light energy program, earth activation. And then I added mudras, hand symbols. They have different ones that you could use. And then I learned different, like intentions that you can say while we're doing this, and just keep at it. Keep what you're doing. Keep giving that, 5-10 minutes a day to the work that you're doing within yourself and with the plant. That's very important. I call it community service. It's very important. And I myself just really started doing it since the 5D shift and didn't want to do it before. So I'm saying I know that's a real thing. I know that's a real thing. I don't even know where to look with this. Usually I look like up, right, like that. But I guess I'm just gonna look where the number 2 there. Yeah, I think the camera is that way. That's where my finger is, but I'm looking this way. So, but I guess if I'm looking, I guess I'm looking at myself. But I'm looking at the camera eye. Ooh, I don't know. Just look at my face when you see the video. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes for no surprise. But welcome again. Like I said, to Black Smoke Chat, dude. We are. If you found me, guess what? If you found me, you shifted into 5D. In case you didn't know, you wouldn't find me otherwise. And congratulations. It's hard, huh? You thought we 5D, baby. We got this. And we find out it's harder than what it is. Yeah, it is. It'll still be difficult. It looked the same, but it's not. It looked the same, but it's not. That's what I remember. Or that's the message that I've found, integrating the lower and the higher dimension. And then the new stuff I'm learning and studying, it's not just 5. It goes up to, I thought it went up to 12. I think it goes up to 9. I was giving it 2. Wait, maybe, don't let me mess up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Still, I want to say 12. I think we're going to, okay, because my brain is glitching. 9 or 12. So that, and it could be both. Do you see what I mean? The more you learn about, and then you find out, oh, there's more. It might open this dimension, and there's further frequencies, there's further, like that. It's that, yeah. Just been watching movies, getting my lessons and my messages out of movies that I've never ever seen, because I wasn't the same person, If you're 3D, you're going to see with your 3D eyes. I mean, you're 5D, you're going to see with your new 5D vampire eyes. Not that you're a vampire, but you see things differently. I watched 10 Commandments, something that we usually watch during the holidays. We watch all the Jesus and the God pictures at Easter and around Christmas time. But The whole thing was on the YouTubes. It's for free, and it was the whole thing, intermission and everything. It was the whole thing. The exact one I remember. Even when it showed when it was, getting rid of the babies, and the lady was just standing there, like, when the soldier just stabbed it in the pram, and the woman is just like, dude, what you want me to do? You just took my baby. What the? Y'all killing babies now? Come on, man. But my point of this whole thing about Moses, he really, really did have like everything. He was technically a prince of Egypt. He had titles. He had all these different things. The conqueror of this and the lord of, he was all that thing. He had the love of the future queen Nefertari. I'm going by the movie, not the, text or anything. But she loved him. He left all that. He was compelled. He needed to find the truth. And his mama told him don't go looking. His queen mama told him not go looking. His queen girlfriend told him not go looking. Like, we done killed the only one that knew. Now, look, nobody else ain't got to know. It's just me and you, baby. Me and you. And he still was like, I can't do this. There's something that I just... So he went to Yoshabel's house. That was mama. And he was like, wait, I remember you. I saved your life that one time. Again. And he said, tell me, look me in my eyes and tell me I'm not your child. She's like, no, my kid wouldn't do like what you do. If you was my child, you wouldn't be you. You wouldn't think another man can work on another man and be a slave and that's and that. And he said, tell me to my face. And she couldn't do it. She said, oh, Moses. He elected to leave his high life and go to Goshen, or go to where his people were, not to go, yeah, that's the right word. That's what, yeah, to go where his people were. I'm still trying to figure out. You had everything, smelling good, just looking good, gold all over, makeup. You look, and makeup. I have on $0% worth of makeup today. None, nothing. That's glow from the 5 and the D, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 D. Dude, so he was compelled to be amongst his people. What is that? And he said, and he was trying to tell him, he said, I'm not your deliverer. I'm not your savior. Because that's what everybody kept saying. Oh, praise the Lord. The savior has came. Oh, we so excited. Thank you for the savior. And he's like, oh, I don't even know your God like that. I'm not that. Don't put that on me. He's like, don't put that saviorisms on me. But everybody knew. His mama knew. Joshua knew. And by the way, I have to say that I named my son Joshua because of John Derek, and I had to have. That was the only Joshua I had ever known and met. And as a child, I was very much to be enamored of him. And I named my child after him. So I guess I was a 10. I wanted to be Bo Derek, and that's when I found out that Joshua was the Bo Derek husband. I was like, bitch, you did a big one. Because that man is fine. That man is fine. Anyway, what would compel you to leave the comfort of richness? And that's what we seem like we're all striving for. Everybody we're striving to get the big house and to get the good job and to get the this and this and this. So technically what I'm saying is he had all that. And then a title. And he was hanging out with the rich people. Would he rather not hang with the rich people? He couldn't explain it. He couldn't explain why he wanted to go. And the part that got me was when Nefertari came, and he was in the pit. He was all just covered in mud. She's like laughing at him. And nobody really ain't figured out who he is yet. But they're like, you ain't really been in the pits long. You ain't got no strap marks on your back. You ain't been beat. And he's like, oh, well, this is what it is. I'm new. I'm breaking in, And she come laugh at him, and she say, that strong one right there, I need a new hand for my barge to carry me across this land, And he's like, this bitch here. And so he get out the mud and he walk beside thing and go back to her room or whatever, and when nobody ain't looking, but somebody always looking. But she's all up in his face. No, she says, kiss the feet of a princess or something like that. And he said, I'm sorry, but this mud has hardened my legs and I can't bend, and they kiss your feet. And I was like, Moses, you a G. You a motherfucking G. You covered in mud and you got this bitch still. I mean, it didn't matter. She even told him. He was covered in mud, just got out the pit. It had Ramses over there. It didn't matter. She loved him. She wanted him. We could run away together. We could do whatever we want. The daddy, the Ramses daddy, the Pharaoh, head Pharaoh, I'm gonna say, head Pharaoh in chief. He said, when he died, he said, I'm gonna break my own rule. And I'm 11. I'm gonna break my own rule and call the name of the boy I love. And he said Moses. And I think that's when Ramses went crazy. He was like, okay, on my father's deathbed, last word that come out this man's mouth is Moses. The woman I'm supposed to marry sitting here crying over him, and they both crying over Moses. Okay. Yeah, and he I think something inside him slipped. But my thing is, what is that? What was that thing that was compelling him? That is that. And like I said, he was saying, I don't know your God. So you can't tell me God is doing this. God is making do this. I don't know him. But he left all that stuff. He trying to strive. He said bloop and walked out and got into the worst. He didn't even walk out and become her guard or her barge driver first, because they wasn't dirty. They just drove her around, and they probably hung out in the palace and, just was ready when she needed to go somewhere. So they probably treated a little bit better than the dudes in the mud pit. So he didn't even get demoted to that. He went straight from Moses, prince of the land, the conqueror of Ethiopia, to mud pit man. And of course, for like a week, all his stuff went down. Now, what is the message here? What is that? Was that still God leading him, even without him recognizing it? Was that him getting into alignment with his higher self to have that? Because it wasn't enough for him just to be in a mud pit and be a slave. Ramses he said, I need to get rid of this, right? I need him to go. My daddy just said his name on his deathbed, his last breath. You gotta go. They gave him a day worth of water and a day worth of food. Gave him a staff and he said, here's your staff and here's your robe. Put a robe on him and set his ass out. He probably said, darn, that's what I get for aligning with my higher self. That's what I'm supposed to get? Golly. But that, man, and that's what I want to speak on. That compelling. I want to call it a compilation, but if you compelled, is that your compilation? That's not the right word, but that compelling, that is just pulling you. It was pulling him. And then when he went out in that desert, he was just going straight. He didn't know the hell. He didn't know. He just was being pulled. Is that coming from inside or is that coming from outside? Like Forrest Gump said, I think it's a combination of both. I think it's a integration of the code. He was just, his Moses code. He was just integrating. Like I do this whole time. He was just lining up. He was lining up with who he was supposed to be. And then so lining up, what didn't serve him anymore fell to the wayside. That's what they say, right? If it don't serve you no more, it's going to fall. The palace didn't serve him. The future queen of Egypt didn't serve him. All the riches didn't serve him. The servants didn't serve him. It didn't. It did. Because it wasn't on him no more. He's now aligned. He was going under his ascension. That man was 50-50. That man was compelled to leave the palace grounds. Leave the good life. And not even go to the bad middle class. He went to the worstest worst where you could go. It's like from living in a penthouse to homeless. On his own choice. So nobody didn't make him get out. People killed over him to keep the secret. Nefertiti killed over him to keep the secret. That part's funny. If y'all watch the Ten Commandments when she killed him, like, I was like, as a kid, I laughed. I thought it was my evilness, but but I think that's what it is, and it's 5D. It's that whatever that thing is that compels you to move in a different way and drop off stuff that don't serve you no more, all that riches and money and all that and beauty and smelling good, he didn't give a crap. He was led and compelled. When Ramses kicked him out of that castle for show, for real, he said, you're just not going to be out the house. You got to be out all this land. I don't even want to see you no more. I can't with you. And told him to get the fuck on out of here and left him and said, go. He was still being led. He was still compelled. He just walked forward. Just kept one foot in front of the other. And sometimes that's what we got to do. We just got to walk. We just got to go. We just got to go. We just got to feel that, and on the inside, he trusted that. That was his intuition. He didn't know what it was. And when he finally got out, couldn't go no more, didn't have no more water, didn't have nothing. He's dry. He's literally dead. And that's when he's found by 7 daughters of Jethro. I think that's awesome. Now, you know what I'm saying? When he do fall in love, and the Bible version is different than the movie. I'm just doing the movie. When he do fall in love, and then the wife, she's like, well, you're what? Because he's like, who is she that you didn't pick one of my sisters to marry? Because they brought him into the house, fed him, nursed him back to health. He stayed with him. He Moses. He good to have him around. And he'd been with him now for, I want to say 7 years or something like that. And they said, yo, since Moses been here, man, our numbers is up, our counts is up, we got more money. He is the bomb. And the daddy was like, hey, let's throw a party for you, Moses, and because you've been making us all this money. I was like, well, it's just easy to run the book. You just got to stay on top of it. Hey, that's who I am. So he said, I will give you one of my daughters. Jethro said, I will give you got to pick of these here. And they dancing on for him. And he looking, I know he looking. He's like, wait a minute, all y'all dancing. But the one I want ain't even in here. So he's like, your daughter's is beautiful and they's intoxicating, but I'm good. Thank you. And he go outside where she at. He's attracted to her. He's his oldest sister, and he's like talking to her. He's like, basically, but you wasn't in there dancing. What's up? And she's like, she said, his presence said, you wasn't in there dancing. What's up? That wasn't implied. And then she was like, so which one of my sisters you picked? He said, I didn't pick Nan. That wasn't for me. Oh, he says, well, who is in your mind so bad that you didn't pick one of these beautiful girls? I know my sisters is fine, so why you ain't? And he's like, it's just, you don't understand. You don't know what it is. And she said, oh, she have hair that's of fine silk, and she got ruby red lips and not dry lips like mine. I bet her skin is alabaster white and soft and not brown and rough from the sun like mine. But I bet you she couldn't love you. I bet she couldn't ride or die with you. I bet she couldn't offer you a family and give you stability. And it was true. It was true what she said. But I could tell she felt a little bit some kind of way. Even back in the day. Poor people, we know class. You know, they rich. You live there, I live here. I work with goats and you work with gold. I mean, but we ain't the same. So she knew. They know heard of 2020. They heard of pharaohs and queens and princesses. They know what that is. So after he tells her that's what he was on, she felt kind of a little bit bad because she knew she couldn't be like that princess, but she said what her good points were. And she said, I could give you something that princess could never give you. I know what love is. I know what family is. I know what sacrifice is. I know what hard work is. I said, whoo, he was in love. And then when he went back years ago to go talk to Nefertiti again, Nefertiti's like, what's up, what's up? And so, oh, that's who you married? That's you? Your little shepherd girl? Oh. What she got that I ain't got? Now she's feeling the same way the shepherd girl felt. But yet, it's almost worse because here you are, you rich. You got the smelling good. And that's what she used. She said, does she smell good like me? Is her lips rose petals like me? Is her hair? Can she surface 3D? Moses was on to the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9Ds. He was on to the next. So that's what happens when you get in alignment. But still, go back to where he was talking with his gal when she would work. Go back to where he was after the dance. The sister's dancing for him and he's talking to his future wife. Falling in love, basically. But she's telling him, she says, you up there on that mountain, that's where God be talking. That'd be, He said, ain't nobody ever going up there? He said, not really, we don't go up there, but that's where he is. He said, well, damn it, I'm going up there. Is this where you say God talk at? I'm going to go up there and talk to him because I need to know what he's doing because I don't know what he's doing. Got up there and the whole life changed. Eyes got brighter than our 5D shifted bright out having cells. He had the countenance on him. God was on him. God was in him. He connected. So he connected his higher, his middle, and his lower self. He had the thought. He said, he had the thought. I had to talk to God. That's my thought. His middle self, I feel very adamant. I cannot go through until this man talked to me, until God talked to me. Lower, he made the action to go up there. Dude, that's alignment. That's alignment. Moses was in alignment. That's what compelled him. His intuition. That's what it was. He didn't have to leave. He didn't have to leave that palace. He had to leave the palace. 23 on the timer. He had to leave the palace. Sometimes you're going to have to leave that comfort zone. You're going to have to leave what you feel you need to be doing. You're going to have to leave it. Leave that good job. Leave that good money. I'm not trying to tell you. Please. I'm not telling you. Lena told me that. That's not. There's a time when you make the decision that this is what I gotta do. Don't know why I'm doing it, but this is what I gotta do. These people I'm hanging out with got to go. This job I'm doing got to go. Where I'm living at has got to go. The way I think has got to go. I gotta become brand new. And if I gotta move to do it and leave to do it, I gotta do it. And then him walking out in the because that was that whole thing is a transition. It is a transition and then there's a elevation up, because as he's out there in that Egypt desert, walking to God knows where he's going, he's solitude. He's in hermit mode. He's in forced hermit mode. Is that not awesome? So he go up on that mountain, he come back with the countenance. There's a burning bush. You gotta say, take your shoes off. This is holy ground. You want to know what's up? Let me tell you what's up. told him. Audible told him. And he was like, it wasn't like I could hear him, but I could feel him. I could feel him. And that's one of the gifts. Once you raise a dimension level, you get spiritual gifts. He got spiritual gifts. Came back, his whole hair was gray. Gray in the mud, he looked different. And I was like, dang, he looked like, what's up? They're like, he saw God. He saw God. When you see God, and when God see you, you look different. Look at these bright eyes. I don't even know which camera. Look at the camera. Oh my gosh. That's a gift. My eyes was not this bright. I'm telling you. It's not the ring light. It's not my lights. My eyes is like this bright in the dark in the bathroom if I just go in there. That's awareness. That's awareness. I know. I'm remembering who I am. I'm remembering who I am. From birth. This whole time. I've been something I wasn't this whole time. From his birth. Moses' mama moved him at the birth. They was killing babies at the birth. They was killing babies at the birth. That baby was found and grew up in a darn palace. And the mama Yoshibel even nursed him. She got to nurse her own baby. Is that not awesome? God is powerful. They say the same God at the end of the day and tomorrow. It's the same thing. It's the same one. But when you find out that all that is inside you, those stories are having you get closer to your inner man. Man. You shifty, 5D shifty, bright eye having so-and-so you. Golly. 5D look good on you. I mean, you. I am really going to have to go because I haven't said anything of like importance, but I have. Whoever caught this 5D, they know. It's what it is. You're going to be compelled to do something. You're going to have to make that choice. The thought. Make the choice. Feel it and say, I got to. It's just, I can't, it's a time I can't. There's no other. That feeling and do it. Bleep, blap, blope. A 2800 on the timer. That's all I'm saying. All right? I'll do another video where I'll pull some cards, but I had to say that. I'm getting movie messages. That's what I'm getting, movie messages. But that Moses is about ascension. And I could go on, but I didn't want to make this thing 28 minutes long. I'm just talking about that because that's just the first half of the movie. So when I come back, I might give you some other. But that part from him growing up to figuring out who he is, to being exiled, to being found, to going up that mountain to talk to God for the first time, that's all about alignment. That is all a spiritual journey. That is a spiritual journey that we all really must take if we make the decision to take the journey. And that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. We got to make the choice. If we don't make the choice, the whole thing will pass us up. It says, boop. It's just not the choice, the head, the part of the thought, the head, the choice. You got to make the decision. Feel it so much. Feel up on it so much. And I just say go to love. I think Moses was anger. He was just mad. He's like, I don't know you, I don't know what's up. And then action. Think about your hip flexors. Your hips move your legs. You got to move your thigh. You got to do that action, boy. Let's do this. Let's do this. Ain't no time to be playing games. This man left a palace. What I'm trying to get to the palace for if he left it? It must not be that good. Must not be that good. Because what he found inside himself and with his new wife and his family, his son, was more in that palace And that job of architecture, it was better than 30-30. It was better than anything he could do. Actually, I wasn't 30-30. I was 30-03. My bad. My number dyslexia. But yeah, that's amazing. So we're gonna keep pushing that in the 5D. We have to take the inspired action. We have to take the action. We have to feel it deeply, and we have to do it. We have to go. Think it, feel it, do it. All right, so continue community service. Thank you, all my 18 million subscribers. I love you so much. I love you. Bye. Oh yeah, all that, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Okay. See ya. Talk to you later. Bye.